Hey everybody, good morning. I want to do a video to try to help people out here. We're going to go over directional hitting, tips for directional hitting, common misconceptions about directional hitting, how to use it in situational hitting times during games, which lineup types are the most effective for directional hitting, and then just a couple of general thoughts. So you guys make sure to smash that thumbs up, the like button there on the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Most of my views are from people that aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be awesome. You'll get great videos throughout the year and some helpful ones like this along the way as well. So let's get right into it. Okay, the first thing I want to go over is some common misconceptions about directional hitting. Okay, so we're just going to go into practice mode here. Let me back out of Diamond Dynasty right quick and get to practice mode. All right, so let's see what teams do we want to take for practice mode. Let's take one of these crazy ones here. Mid-century groundbreakers against the I'll go against my own Rangers. All right, so let's go here. Night, October, clear skies. That's fine. Enter practice mode. All right. So while we're waiting this to load up, let's go over some of the misconceptions about directional hitting. Okay. It's come to my attention, I guess, over the last couple weeks that a lot of people are confused about how directional works and what it is. And I just always thought that it was kind of self-explanatory. I never really thought about it being confusing or anything to anybody, so I apologize for not clarifying it for people earlier than this. But and I'm just kind of hitting here while I talk, so I'm not going to even try right now while I'm doing this. But just so you guys have something to watch while we're doing this, and then we'll show some specific things here in a minute. But one of the misconceptions is that the PCI, while you're using directional hitting, always center swings. That is not true. Now, if you look in the bottom left corner right there at the buckshot that pops up on the, which is the PCI, I call it the buckshot when it's this, when it looks like this. This image always shows dead center for the feedback after every pitch. Only with directional hitting, as far as I know. All right. That doesn't mean that you are center swinging on every pitch. All right. So that's not how it works. Directional kind of finds the ball in the zone for you, so you don't have to use it like with zone hitting. You have to move the joystick around to the left joystick to find where the ball is coming in at. With directional, it does that for you. So I mean, that's one of the things I don't understand why you wouldn't want it to do that. It's so much easier. But that's how that works. It just because it shows it down there, like I said, not swinging in the middle of the plate every time. Like where the L button is right there, is not where I'm going to swing. It's not like that. Like I have guest pitch on right now, so I always get slow fastballs on this. But that is not true at all. Now the other common misconception, and this is the last one of these I'm going to cover real quick, is that you are not quadrant aiming. And what I mean by that is, so when I'm guessing pitch, this is going to show perfect example. And when you're playing online, obviously there's not guessed pitch, so it's fine. But just because I choose right here to the left, this left quadrant or the upper quadrant or the right quadrant, and like if I aim to the right, like this happens to be, I'm not swinging on that spot of the plate. That's not where my PCI is going to go for that spot of the plate. What I'm doing with the joystick, with the left stick when I'm aiming, is that's the direction that I want to hit the ball. A lot of people are thinking that you can guess that a pitch is going to be thrown in that quadrant, and you've got a 1 in 4 shot of being able to square something up. That's not at all how this works. You are aiming the direction that you want to try to hit the ball, so you are more likely to hit the ball. Like I'm gonna go here and aim towards the right side of the field. Yeah, look, now see, I drove the ball to right field, to the right side of the field. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. Okay, now that's why directional. I'm probably gonna get thrown out. Nope, that's why directional is great for situational hitting. Okay, So anyway, those are the two big misconceptions that I've seen. If you guys hear about any others or anything, please let me know in the comments, and I will cover them or address them or let you know if it's true or not. I've been using this for 4 years, so I know a little bit about it. All right, let's go over what type of lineups to use. Okay, so what type of lineups do I usually use for directional? And I've been quite successful with it. I'm up to 935 in World Series right now in the first month here. So for me, I like to try to find most attributes that I look for is, I guess, what we're going to go over. The attributes that I look for in players that I want on my teams when using directional hitting are contact and vision. Those are the two main things that I want to look at. All right. You want the highest possible contact numbers you can find and the highest possible vision number that you can find. He's going to get thrown out of the plate. But yeah, that's how you want to do this. You don't want power's not as effective with directional hitting as it is with zone hitting, but that's fine. You're going to drive a lot more balls in the gaps. You're not going to have the problems with the lineouts like people have this year. Not as often. You will still have it occasionally because it's impossible to get away from completely. But anyway, yeah, lineups that I use contact and vision type hitters. Now, when we get to the end of the video, I'll show you the squad that I use. Obviously, not everybody's going to be able to get the squad that I have for my ranked seasons. But you know, it'll give you some examples of what type of hitters I'm looking for. Look at that. There's one of those lineouts like that. All right. Another tip for you guys is work the counts. You definitely want to work the counts. You know, in this practice mode, they're going to be throwing mostly strikes. It's kind of hard to work counts in this. It's not, you know, it's set up for just practice. So it's pretty much batting practice with a full team. So anyway, what I mean by work the counts is, let's say you go into a ranked seasons game or a BR Battle Royale game or event game, whatever, and you're like, oh man, I don't hit good against this pitcher. Like I typically know I've played enough. I don't hit against this pitcher well. Okay, that's fine. There's a way to get around that. All right. What you want to think from the first pitch is, let's try to work the counts and get the guy to go to his bullpen. I know, you know, try to get runs along the way if you can. You know, do the best you can. This is mostly a tip for general hitting and not just for directional also. So hopefully this is something that helps. But what I like to do, you know, usually I have a fast, speedy guy as my leadoff hitter. I try to keep a lot of fast guys with the contact and vision throughout my entire lineup. It just kind of is much more effective. You can do a lot more on the bases and just wreak havoc on people. But what I like to do is I always will take the first with the first batter. I will take until I get a strike thrown to me. Hands down, I will not swing until I get a strike thrown to me. You know, if you want the first time through the lineup, do that. You know, I mean, in all honesty, watch your gameplay change from doing that. And then that second time through the lineup, when the guy's like, oh, this guy takes the first pitch every time, he's going to groove a fastball, and you got a good chance of hitting one. People are generally not thinking like that. So, you know, just kind of be aware of things like that, things that can help you, small things like that can really help you and make a big difference in your gameplay. Oh, how was I safe? Was I safe? Oh yeah, he was. All right. Anyway, so yeah, work the counts to get pitchers to the bullpens. You know, if you also get late in the game and let's say the pitcher's the next batter up for the other team, and you're wanting to make him go to the bullpen, walk the guy, walk the 8-hitter to get the pitcher to come to bat. A lot of times those guys are going to go to their bullpen to bring in a pitcher, or I mean a pinch hitter right there to try to get that run in. So you know, it can be an effective way also to mess with your opponent and get them out. And I am just ripping the ball right now, so this is like the perfect way to show you guys how directional can be usually pretty effective. And it's like this for me in games a lot too. So okay, so here's one thing. Let's go. We're going to create a play here. Because I want to move on to another tip. First of all, before I go on to this, because we're going to go situational hitting and show you guys some specific specific things that we can do here. Let's put a runner on first. Runner on first. All right. Let's put. I want a right-handed batter up. Let's use Willie Mays, and that'll work. So we're gonna show you how situational will work with hit and runs. Okay. I'm probably because of the team I selected. I'm not going to show you guys shifts and how to hit into the shift. It's pretty self-explanatory. If they're playing you on the shift, you want to aim opposite field where there's no players on that side of the field. Take your left stick and aim that direction and try to swing a little bit late on the ball to get there. So I'm going to try to steal. We're going to try to do a hit and run right here, though, with Willie Mays. All right, so ideally what I want to do is I'm aiming down and to the right to do a hit and run. I want to hit the ball where the second baseman is right now. These are not great pitches to hit for it, but ideally what I want to do is hit the ball where the second baseman is because he's the one that's going to cover the base on a right-handed hitter during the steal. Damn. All right, so see, I'm trying to swing a little bit late, I guess, on everything so I can get that way. So, the direction you're aiming, obviously, you gotta either be early or late just a little bit. Damn. I guess I'm really, really late on it, but all right. I want to show you guys once at least so you get the general idea. All right, well, that ball was driven out to the gap, but the ball is still going to the right. It's going the direction that I'm aiming. That's I guess the main point. But honestly, in a ranked seasons game, that's where it's going to be the most effective to do that. You're more likely to get a ball to go that way for you. So I use the hit and run a lot. That's another reason I keep a lot of speedy guys on the bench, or not on the bench, in my squad, because I can steal anyway. And let's say I miss a swing and miss the pitch, a lot of times they're going to get the stolen base. So it's really not that big a deal. Another way, aside from hit and runs and shifts, that we can make this work. Let's put a runner on third base. Let's go Willie Mays again, and we're gonna put repeat play. Yes. So we're just gonna keep running the same play. All right. So another way, now I want you to see I've got a runner on third there. There he is. So sack flies. All right. You want to try to get a sack fly and get the runner in. Aim up. And then I hit a ball on the ground, of course. I was really early on that pitch, so that's on me. Let's do it again. I want to try to aim up, sit back on the ball just a little bit here. Well, oh, it's foul. I didn't even see the ball. Where'd the ball go? Oh, I guess it hooked. It hooked pretty foul. All right. So if you aim up, you're inducing a fly ball. That's the general idea. I don't use this practice. I popped it straight up. I don't use practice mode very often, so maybe I should have gone into an actual game and showed you guys this. I tried that on the last video, and I didn't really feel that it was. I felt like I was concentrating more on the game as opposed to trying to. There we go. There we go. All right. So look, drive a ball to the outfield, set up the sac fly. Runner coming in. It's perfect. So up induces a fly ball. Down, obviously, is going to induce a ground ball. You can still hit the ball in the air or line drives if you aim down. I'm not saying that you'll definitely hit the ball on the ground or not. And it's not going to be 100% effective. There's no way, and it's going to take some time getting used to it. But I promise look at that, aimed right up the middle, straight at his feet, hit it right back up the middle at the pitcher. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Another way, squeeze plays. You guys want to bunt and run a squeeze play, aim down, straight down. Here he comes. Perfect bunt. Right there. So a lot of times people are popping up bunts, I've noticed in this game when they try a squeeze play. And I think it's because they're using zone hitting. Even sack bunts, it works the same exact way. That's a perfect bunt. My 92 speed Willie Mays probably would have beat that out. Bunting is not effective on this game as it has been in the past for base hits, which is fine. But look at that. I mean, we've done it 3 straight times in the exact same spot. He's actually safe there. He beats it out. So those are four ways that I use directional hitting to my advantage: hit and runs, shifts, sack flies, and sack bunts and squeeze plays. I will say that I've noticed not as many teams shift on players like they did in 18. 18 was crazy. You could just eat the shift alive with directional hitting. This year, like I said, I've noticed it's not the same. All right, so let's move on to one of the I guess this is the final like big thing that I do, and maybe this will help you when you're trying directional hitting, and I hope it does. It's what I do with almost every at bat. I never power swing. I may power swing one. I could have got a double out of that. I may power swing once a week, just because at a random time, suddenly I'm like, I got a 3-0 count. I know this guy doesn't want to put the speedy guy on base. He's probably going to throw something over the heart of the plate. I'm going to give it a try. All right. So what I do is I contact swing with X, I normal swing with X until I have 2 strikes. Once I have 2 strikes on me in the count, I contact swing. That's all I do. I only use O for contact swing. I will not use X with 2 strikes ever. It gives your PCI coverage for directional a larger radius. You're able to see the radius down there. That was off of X for normal swing. Now I'm going to swing with this one with contact swing. And the buckshot should be larger what it shows you on the feedback. So let's take a look at it here in just a second. It is. Look at that. Now it covers the entire plate. Now I'm gonna normal swing here again and show you that one more time so you can see it's a little bit smaller. All right, let's just stop it first so we don't make the play last long. See how it's much smaller. It's Willie Mays, so obviously it still covers the entire part of the plate, but you can tell it doesn't go to the outer reaches. Like look at the top and bottom. We'll do one more contact swing here. He may catch that. No, he's not gonna catch it. He dove and missed it. Oh, that's awesome. All right. So now look at the top and bottom. The top and bottom is going to obviously stretch out further and even out to the sides. All right, so that's why I do it. It allows you to help work counts, one of the other tips, and it allows you to foul balls off that aren't necessarily the strike you want to hit. I guess a lot of people get frustrated at people that are fouling a lot of pitches off. I'm probably one of those that get frustrated at because I will contact swing with 2 strikes, and I will work a count until I get the pitch that I want to hit. Just like real baseball. I mean, that's what the guys do, They go up there swinging to hit the first couple pitches, and then if they get 2 strikes on them, they got to go into a little bit more of a defensive mode, try to work the count, get the pitcher to throw something that they want to hit. That is something I do every game. I've done it for 4 years. That's one of the things, honestly, that I feel helps me get to World Series each month. And hopefully it's something that helps you guys. Do me a favor, if there's anything that specifically that you guys are having an issue with directional hitting, or that you feel is something I didn't cover in the video, put it in the comments section of this video, and I will personally get back to you and respond to you to try to help make things easier for you. Try to figure out what's going on. Even if it takes me a little bit of experimenting to try to figure out exactly what I need to do to help you guys and get there, But let me show you I told you guys I'd show you the type of team that I carry. Obviously, you can watch the wheel in the bottom left corner, and here's my lineup. And this is how I build my lineup. I like to typically take a couple of speed contact guys at the first 2 spots. Before, I want to say I had Kenny Lofton as my leadoff hitter before. I had Ricky Henderson batting second. I know now I have Ichiro and Hornsby. I had Ichiro batting third because it's a great spot for him to be able to drive runners in. And I know he doesn't have a lot of power. Typically, you want a third guy with a little bit of power, a little bit of pop. Now I've got Tony Gwynn there, so he's got a little bit of pop. And then right now we've got Willie Mays batting fourth. I had my Pudge card there for the first couple weeks, and then but if you look at my entire lineup and look at the contact as I go down, contact and vision, I mean, there's, Eddie Murray has the lowest contact and vision of any of the flashbacks I have, and Francisco Lindor. I like switch hitters. They're very effective in this game for me. So I've had a lot of luck with Francisco Lindor and haven't found a shortstop that really can outplay him yet. So that's why I still have him on the squad. But I hope these tips have helped. I hope you guys understand, the misconceptions thing. You know, please give me your feedback on this in the comments and let me know. Like I said, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe. It's hard to say it 3 times fast. But and like I said, if there's anything that I can help you with that I didn't cover, please, by all means, come send me a message in the comments, and I will try to help you personally. If you guys do these things, though, these just, and it's just a few small tips and small things that you can do to be successful. Do these things, and I promise you will see a difference in your gameplay. Last year, I helped one guy who was at the time when he first got in touch with me. He was 20-100 in ranked seasons online last year, which I'm sure he probably wasn't even having that much fun at 20-100. I would be throwing my controller, and I've been there. Believe me, 4 years ago, this is exactly how I was until I realized and figured out these ways to do this. By the end of the year and switching to directional hitting, he ended up 32 games over 500 for the year, which is a miraculous comeback. He ended up getting the championship series for the first time last year. And I'm happy to say I feel like that every, the things that I helped him with are what helped to get him there. So hopefully the same thing can happen for you guys, make the game a little bit more fun for you. Anytime we can get rid of raging is always a plus. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time. Thanks.